Hey y'all, I hope y'all are having a beautiful morning. I hope we are having a beautiful morning. I'll get myself. I hate when I play the TV on YouTube music and then them damn commercials come on. Hey y'all, I hope y'all are having a beautiful morning, child. We gonna get into the energy, y'all. All right, today is a beautiful day. I hope y'all are having a beautiful morning. Ooh, how we doing, y'all? How we feeling? I am feeling great per usual because I have my regular morning routine. So we is what? 2 cups of coffee in, 1 hour long bath, and now we ready to get with, y'all. I hope you guys have some type of morning routine, y'all, that kind of gets you going every morning. And it should be one, y'all, that you kind of look forward to. Because the crazy thing is, y'all, I look forward to my little morning routine. Like, I literally go to bed at night looking forward to getting up in the morning and taking my bath. That's my life, y'all. All right, y'all, I had to go dump the ashes from my incense. But like I was saying, y'all, that is my life. And it's actually a very good life, y'all. Because I remember a time when I couldn't even sleep at night, y'all, because I had a crazy ass husband that just ain't even want to do nothing but argue all night, right? Y'all know y'all done had them crazy ass people that just want to argue all damn night. Now, on the other side of healing, right? To just simply be able to, y'all, go to bed at night, sleep well, and look forward to getting up in the morning, simply to have a bath and come bring messages to the collective. That's a beautiful life, y'all. Especially when life before that, it ain't been no crystal stair. Y'all know what that is. Who is that? Is that Maya Angelou? Life ain't been no crystal stair. Y'all stop playing. Yeah, because now I'm hearing I know why the cage bird sings. All right, somebody, you a reader. You read books, child. I'm hearing all these books coming out. Maya Angelou, somebody you do poetry, or someone you are very poetic, right? See, a lot of times it's not necessarily that we do poetry. We're just poetic people. I'm poetic as hell. Y'all see how my shit just be rhyming. I hope y'all are having a beautiful morning, y'all. We getting into this energy, y'all. All right, y'all. Today is Thursday. All right, of course, there is no live today on TikTok because it's Thursday anyway. But we did get suspended, y'all, for about 3 days off of TikTok, y'all. And now I understand. They sent me the what the hell? Why is it a potato chip on my desk, y'all? Y'all, my baby be at my desk. I'm over here pulling potato chips off my desk. All right, y'all. So yeah, the suspension on TikTok was because I was giving that demonstration about communion, and I said I think I said like the flesh and blood. Y'all know what the words are. I don't want to say them here, but that's literally what they flagged me for, y'all, by saying like, when you take communion, you eat right what would be considered right the blood, the wafer. That analogy I gave. So that's why they banned it, y'all. I guess they didn't understand that wasn't nobody really talking about that. So I've appealed it, but if not, we'll see. We'll be on Sunday. We'll be back Sunday. All right. All right, y'all, let's get into this energy. Today is bringing a major energetic shift, y'all. Why? Because the moon is getting out of Libra, which is that balance energy. And that thing is doing a deep dive, y'all, into Scorpio. All right, today around 3:02 p.m. this afternoon, y'all. The moon is moving into Scorpio. And for all of my people who have Scorpio or significant Scorpio placements, right, sun, moon, or rising, you've already been in this energy, y'all, because Scorpio energy is transformational energy, and it is also intuitive energy, right? My moon is in Scorpio. So when I say I've been getting like channel downloads, messages, I've just literally, I was so tired yesterday after all of that, y'all. I laid down to take a nap. And y'all know I don't even take naps, but it was like even my business call that I took yesterday, y'all, I felt like I had just done a 3-hour life coaching session by the time I finished that 1 hour call. So that was literally the heightened energy, right, of that Scorpio energy, where your mind, right, your intuition, right, everything is at an all-time high. So you really are channeling all day. A simple conversation, y'all, right, with meaning and depth can zap all of your energy, right? That is that Scorpio energy. So, all right, let's talk about it, y'all. It's transformative energy. All right, transformative. So now you got to move from seeking these superficial harmony to craving deep, transformational relationships. Don't nobody just want safe no more, y'all. Like that's what this energy is about. Because we are in this fire horse energy, playing it safe is boring to the collective. Y'all bored collective? Because I be bored shitless. Stop playing. Y'all know us. Like we be ready to like take a deep dive off of a cliff. Somebody want to go to Hawaii and go diving off the cliffs? Yeah, I'm seeing somebody diving off of a cliff right into some beautiful blue water, right? Somebody, you want to take that plunge, right? And that's what I'm hearing. But that is the energy, right? That is the energy of saying no more playing it safe. If you gonna do it, then do it. What is it, y'all? Piss or get off the pot. Hello. All right, y'all, let's get into the energy. All day, y'all, is a beautiful Venus and Jupiter, right? Parallel is active as well. All right, so it's really just, it's an appetite, y'all, for pleasure. It's an appetite for love. It's an appetite for spice, right? A little passion, child, a little fire. All right, y'all. So the morning is perfect for finding common ground. All right, hold on, y'all. I'm eating my yogurt. I was eating me some yogurt, y'all. All right, let's get into the energy, y'all. I hope y'all are having a beautiful day wherever you are checking into. All right. This Scorpio moon demands authenticity, y'all. So let me tell you, if you are still dealing with people, or if you are that person who still struggles with authenticity, what does that mean? A person who struggles with authenticity is a person who deeply considers the opinions of others, right? If you are someone who still deeply considers the opinions of others, what does that mean, right? Well, if I go against what my mama done taught me, if I do something that my grandma said was bad, then I might die and go to hell, right? Or I might just be cursed to damnation because my grandma done told me that, da 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 da, right? If you are still living a life that is inauthentic, this moon energy right here, oh, it's gonna rip your ass to shreds, y'all. It's gonna rip you to shreds because this moon is about authenticity. And if you are still someone who is not showing up authentically in every area of your life, it doesn't mean that you go around your family and you pretend to like them, but then you go to your job and you tell everybody you hate them. And then you go to your counselor and you cry and try to figure out why. That's not what this energy is conducive of. This energy is conducive to the chosen one who have said, I don't give a damn what people think. I have to live my truth in the way that God gave it to me. That is what this energy is promoting. And if you are still someone who is deeply concerned with judgment and the opinions of others, you ain't ready, love. You ain't ready. All right, somebody, you ain't ready. I'm telling you, y'all. All right. So we got to get into the energy, right? Because it's demanding authenticity, all right? Combined with a generous Venus Jupiter energy, it's time, y'all, to let your guard down. Even share a secret or explore some deeper physical or emotional connection with your partner. But playing it safe, that shit's boring, y'all. Nobody plays it safe. I am someone, y'all know I'm a Leo sun, Scorpio moon, and Cancer rising. I get bored with your ass in a minute. I be telling the king, all right, love. You know, when I say, all right, love, I be like, all right, I'm bored. The fuck we doing? Right? So you have to understand, you got to be authentic to what it is that you desire and what it is you deserve, right? Don't nobody deal with that shit. We be fiery, y'all. We be in full goddess energy. Ain't nobody got time for no boring shit. We have got it out in the mud. Don't nobody want to not sit on the mud. Right? I'm seeing like a frog with their legs crossed sitting on the mud. If you done got it out the mud, you just trying to go on with your life. You ain't trying to be sitting on top of the mud. All right, y'all, let's talk about it. All right, y'all, I'm going to start with the Oshun deck for my divine feminine energy. I'm going to clarify with the secrets of the ancestors for my masculine energies. And we're going to get into it, y'all. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Welcome to the line, y'all. I am the Lady Empath 1111. I will go a little long today, y'all, because I do not have a TikTok live. And my first client this morning is at 10. So I'll probably go a little longer, you know, just to get you guys some extra time since we don't have a live. Now, remember, we got the session at 7 tonight as well. All right, the first card out is, y'all, second day in a row, whole different deck. Yesterday, what did we have, y'all? 2 warrior priestess cards. Yesterday, we used a whole nother deck, y'all. It was my ancient deck or something, shit. The same card, y'all, out of the Oshun deck. What is this? It's you, Oshun the warrior, y'all. Somebody, you are literally taking back your personal power. You're being more assertive. You're stepping into leadership. Somebody, you're going to get a promotion at your job into leadership because that is the authority that you're walking in at this time. Somebody, you have now balanced your inner masculine and feminine. See, if you look at this warrior card, what we as warrior women have to do is find this balance. As a true goddess warrior, the only thing that you have managed to do that every woman before you did not do is balance your own feminine and masculine energy. You are someone who could be deeply connected to God, but you can stand on business in the 3D. And most women never find that balance. They want to pray and believe on God, but then they can't pay their own bills. Right? Or they can play all their bills and they can be all this masculine energy, but they can't open their heart to love. Right? You have to be able to balance them both. It's not just about, thank you, love. Right? It's not just about you being one or the other. Most divine feminine can never become the divine feminine, right? Because they only want to focus on the divine, right? Which is God. And that's great. That's wonderful. But you still got to pay your bills, y'all. You still have to be a woman who can operate in the 5D and the 3D. And many of us came from a lineage of grandmothers and great grandmothers that were great in the 5D, but they couldn't take care of themselves. So then they ended up in marriages and relationships that were subservient to who it is that they truly desired to be. So now you done belittled yourself and you done dumbed yourself down to be something that the warrior in you never wanted. The warrior in you ain't never wanted to be no housewife with 10 children. That's not a warrior spirit. Women who are the chosen will never be women that want to be stay-at-home moms and take care of children and don't have any other passions for themselves. That's not a warrior, y'all. Warriors go to war, right? Warriors go to war. So if you have that warrior spirit, it has never been your desire to live a common life. That's it, y'all. It's not to say that you won't have children. It's not to say that you ain't a great mother. It's just that you are more than that. Right? You're more than a stay-at-home mother, right? You're more than a business professional. You understand the duality of both. All right, the number 16 can be significant. 1 and 6 is 7. All right, somebody, you could be a life path 7. All right, that is spirituality. So Oshun the warrior, somebody, you taking your personal power back and you're understanding assertive leadership. Yeah, because you done got it out the mud. Stop playing, because you got it out the mud, y'all. What did we talk about that mud, right? It says Oshun of the soil. Y'all, that's crazy, because this is absolutely what I pictured. Remember, I just told y'all I pictured a frog sitting Indian style on top of the mud. Look at this card. I could never make it up. She is sitting Indian style, y'all, on top of what is that? Some type of mud, some type of lagoon, some type of something. It is the soil. That's a real gift, y'all. That's a real gift, not regurgitating something that somebody else told you. The real gift is to be able to see what God is showing you, and God simply confirms what you already saw. That is your gift, collective. It ain't just my gift. That is the collective gift, to be able to have the vision of God, and God only confirms your vision. I love that, Rita. Yeah, I do that too, y'all. I will sit in the bed, Indian style, right? Or even in the tub. When I take my baths in the morning, I'll be sitting in the tub just like that. Just like that in the tub, y'all. What is that? Grounding, stability, nurturing. Y'all, that's the number 3 card. 3 is what? Empress energy. 3 is creation. That is probably the most, God said that is the most creative, right, stance that you could take. Many people probably sit Indian style when y'all creating, when y'all writing, when y'all journaling, because that's the grounding energy, y'all. That is, right, the pose, right, the mindfulness pose, right? That is the mindfulness pose. The mindfulness pose was never on your knees with your face in the ground. That was never mindfulness, y'all. I gotta laugh now. Somebody, you Muslim, I see somebody kneeling at all these times a day to pray. Like God can only come to you if you kneel down every hour and two to pray. That's stupid, y'all. The pose is mindfulness, not servanthood, not someone who is subservient, y'all. And every time you feel like you got to get on your knees and beg God in a prayer, that is not the God within. That is clearly the God without. Oh, the one that's outside of you. See, some of y'all don't even know what God you bowing to because you bowing to a God outside of you because the God on the inside of you don't need you to bow down to it, y'all. That's stupid. That's stupid. Mindfulness says that I can sit upright and ground myself butt to earth, right? Butt to earth, not face to earth. Why? Because the grounding is from your root, from your sacral, or from your solar. There are no chakras associated with your knees. That's stupid. I love it. I love it, y'all. So now you're understanding grounding, stability, and nurturing, y'all, even in the position of your prayer, right? Even in your prayer position, y'all. Right? To me, it's like getting on your knees, right? It's saying, okay, that I am going to humble myself before God. God didn't ask you to humble yourself, man did. God never did that, y'all. Humble is not even a word. Humble means that someone who lacks intelligence. If y'all were to ever Google the definition for humble, you would stop using that word. God didn't ask you to be humble. God asked you to exercise humility. And many people do not understand language, English, and you damn sure don't understand that the Bible was written in Hebrew, right? So a lot of the interpretations that people have are misinterpretations, right? Because the Bible wasn't even written in English. And humble means someone who is unintelligent, someone who is like a slave. That's why they started using the word humble, because humble meant slavery, because it meant that you were uneducated or unintelligent. And people just walk around telling me, you need to humble yourself. No, you don't. Ain't no fucking body gotta humble themselves. Everyone should exercise humility. But the issue is, y'all, people don't read. They don't read. They don't even understand the word and the terms that they use. They don't even know. And you just keep regurgitating shit. Just like you be regurgitating the Bible. Y'all stop playing. All right, y'all. Somebody, you got to ground yourself. Stability. Grounding. All right. Grounding and stability. All right, y'all. Let's get into the energy. Thank you guys for the live gifts. I am the Lady Empath 1111, y'all. Join us on Discord. If you are someone who feels like you are on the twin flame journey, y'all, I have a 7 p.m. session for my twin flames tonight. There is no cost for the session. It will be hosted on Discord, or I should say this. You will go to Discord and click on the link. Thank you, love. You will go to Discord, and we have a room in Discord that it says Zoom links. All right. So you got to go into Discord to get the Zoom link. But you also have to be a member on Discord. Your Zoom name, y'all, should match your Discord name. Because if some people popping up in there and we don't know that you on Discord, you won't be able to get in. All right, so you need to at least tell us your Discord name or something, y'all, because I don't want people sharing my links. I do messages for people who support me. All right. And because of this, I am offering this class tonight, right, where we're talking about whatever spiritual interference, right, is going on with your twin flame union, and then we're going to clear the spiritual interference. All right, Oshun of soft power, beautiful energy, y'all. So 313 could be significant. March 16th or March 13th, 313 is out here as well. All right, somebody, it is your influence now. See, somebody, you have gone from the warrior, say that, God, y'all, look at the progression. Somebody, this is the past energy, is what God just said. In the recent past, y'all, you had to be this warrior. You had to understand your personal power. You had to garner a sense of assertiveness in your leadership. But at the point now where you have grounded yourself, stabilized your energy, and learned how to truly nurture yourself, your aura has changed, y'all. Look at the evolution of your aura. Right? Look at the evolution of your aura. No longer are you a warrior. You grounded yourself, and now somebody, you operating in soft power. Y'all, soft power, oh, that's the best power. Soft power, I ain't got to fight no more, y'all. Oh, I operate in soft power. My warrior days over with, y'all. I don't have to fight people no more. God fight my battles all day and every day. I don't have to fight people no more, y'all. I live a life that is so fulfilling, and it's my testimony to God, y'all. It is literally my testimony to God. I am 50 years old, and I'm partially retired from a firm that I started in 2007. So I will always get paid from my firm, and I only work maybe 15 hours a week. And I am getting more clients into this same firm. Why? Because God said, if you dedicate your gift to me and do what I told you to do, regardless of judgment or condemnation, because we need a new earth reality. And that old way of doing stuff is not working. Why? Because the world is not getting better. If you feel like the old way of doing church, religion, and spirituality works, then we wouldn't be living in the world we living in, y'all. So clearly that shit ain't working. So God say, okay, I'm gonna have to get it to their asses raw, because they don't get God is great, God is good, hold him on the cross, bury him, he's gonna come alive and he's gonna save you. Fuck no. Y'all need somebody that's gonna cuss y'all ass out and say, goddamn, get your shit together and heal, so that we can all live a prosperous life that God ordains for everybody. But you need to get your shit together and stop talking about God is going to save me. God is going to come down and deliver me from all evil. No, your mama them evil. Move away from them. Your daddy them evil. Move away from them. Your sister them could give a fuck about you. Move away from them. So instead of you over here now talking about what the devil doing, you realize that the devil is your family. And then you operate in soft power. Right? Then you wake up every day and you take an hour-long spiritual bath. And then you check a few emails, and then you talk to the collective for about three hours, child. You go live, you counsel, you do life coaching, then you hop on the computer and you do some work. That is soft power. That's the life, y'all. That is the life that God desires for the chosen. God don't desire you working 7 days a week, 10-hour days. That is never God's will on your life. Now, when you were starting out, yeah, you got to put the work in, y'all. I put the work in years ago to live the life that I'm living now. And too many people never had the balance. So it was always about the faith, but not about the work. Stop playing. It was always about the faith. I'm going to have to do it. Yeah, I don't know what that means, Nani. Leave it here, though, and I'll set it up today, but I might need both your phones. Leave both of them here today. I don't need them now, but you have to leave them. All right, y'all. My baby got a new cell phone I got to set up, y'all. But that's not, see, what we got to understand is we've been taught one-sided, right? Faith. I have faith. Yes, you need faith, y'all. But faith without works is dead. I didn't get to live the life I'm living now at 50 yesterday, right? I'm living this life now because I exercise with faith and work. Right? I put in the work every day to build my accounting firm to where it is. I put in the work every day to achieve what I am achieving now. The achievements I'm getting now is based on 20 years of work, y'all. It's not, and too many people, we live in a popcorn, right? Microwave popcorn society where you feel like, oh, I did a little bit of work, wait my blessing. I did a little bit of work, wait my blessing. No, you got to put the work in, y'all. God is going to give you the measured blessing based on the work you put in. You get the blessing every day when you get a paycheck. Stop playing. Every day. That's your blessing for that little bit of work. Right? So if you do a little bit of work, you get a little bit of blessing. But if you do great work, you get great blessings. All right, what's the next message? All right, y'all, if you are enjoying the content, make sure you give, all right, the video a thumbs up. Let's get one more for my divine feminine, and then I'm going to see what's going on with the masculine energies, and then we're going to clarify. All right, let's get one more for my divine feminine. All right, now you finna get the desires of your heart, queen. Look at that energy shift, y'all. It went right back. Look, beautiful. It went right back, y'all, to your fire, to your passion. But now you're doing it in a way that's easy, y'all. Easy. I was talking to the king yesterday and we was talking about something. He said, man, that's easy money, babe. I say, that's easy, right? Let me tell you, y'all, any man that you were with, he's going to want to see you live an easy life. That's a message for somebody. If you are with somebody and they want your ass to work hard, sweat, tears, then they can't even rub your feet when you get home, and they don't want you to live an easy life, that is a peasant of a man. right? That is a peasant of a man, y'all. Your real divine masculine, your king, your kingdom spouse, your husband, your life partner, whatever the hell you want to term it, is somebody who wants you to live this kind of life. They don't want you working. They don't want you doing all of that shit, right? They want you to live this life. But to live this life, you have to exercise a level of faith and work that will get you that lifestyle. All right, somebody, you finna get every desire, y'all. That thing says desire. That's the number 10, y'all. Somebody 10 years, October 31st could be significant, or October the 16th. All right, but this is you now beginning to experience the passion, the longing, the drive for everything that your heart desires, y'all. Beautiful, beautiful energy, y'all. All right, let's see. Let's go to the secret of the ancestors deck, see what's taking place in the masculine energy, and then I'm going to go clarify each masculine and feminine. All right, y'all, I do not have a live on TikTok this morning, so I will go longer today here. All right, so tap in for the ride, y'all. Thank you guys for the super chats, the super things. All right, thank you guys so much. That's your birthday month, Asia. All right, y'all, let's tap in. What's going on with my masculine energies? What's going on with the masculine energy spirit? All right, let's see, y'all. All right, coming up under you. All right, mother of air, boundaries, y'all. Damn, I heard somebody setting boundaries with their mama. All right, y'all, mother of air. And it says boundaries, though, right? This is, of course, the Queen of Swords energy, right? Which has been coming out a lot in the readings, y'all, where the Queen of Swords in reverse is a representation of somebody's mother or mother figure. Somebody is setting boundaries, y'all, because you in this warrior energy. See, you got to look at the parallel, right? You got to look at the parallel, right? See, Oshun, the warrior, right? When you were at war, guess what it allows your masculine to do? Right? Set boundaries. We all have masculine and feminine energy, y'all. So whether this is an external masculine or your internal masculine, if you single, you don't learn how to set boundaries. If you are in divine union with your person, whatever the hell you want to call it, they don't learn how to set boundaries, all right? Take it how it resonates. 35 is out here, y'all. All right, somebody, they setting boundaries, y'all. It says boundaries, all right? Somebody is going and looking at their childhood. I'm hearing childhood healing as well. And now they're realizing that they never had boundaries because something has to do with their childhood. Someone could have grew up in poverty. Somebody could have been a maid or a housekeeper. I'm seeing somebody cleaning up. Or maybe your person was somebody that always had to clean up and take care of children or something. All right, what is the next energy? Yeah, root of fire. Girl, that thing say risk it all. All right, y'all. As you begin to ground your energy, divine feminine, your masculine, whether it's internal or external, oh, they ready to risk it all, y'all. Stop playing. Somebody ready to risk it all. That thing say risk it all. Somebody coming in, y'all. That's that fire energy. 23, y'all. Somebody, your person could be 23 or 32. 2 and 3 is 5. 5 is change, y'all. Somebody's wanting to change, child. That thing say risk it all. Hold on, I got to sip my coffee on that, y'all. Ooh, child. I got to sip my coffee, y'all. 444. Who is that? Yes, child. All right, y'all. Let's see, child. Somebody said they're going to risk it all. All right. What's coming up under Oshun of soft power? All right, what's coming under Oshun of soft power? All right. All right, we got the patriarch, y'all. This shit is beautiful. Stop playing, y'all. Somebody, you got a king that's taking over their legacy. This is legacy, y'all. That thing says the patriarch. And what does it say? Unapologetic. There is a masculine collective that don't give a fuck no more, y'all. See, the thing about men is this. As you begin to surrender your life to God, you cannot care about people. And as the chosen, right, as you who are watching me, you already in this unapologetic energy, y'all. You cannot watch somebody like me and give a fuck, right? So as the masculine collective now, they are learning if you gonna follow God the way God told you to do it, then you got to do that shit, what? Unapologetically. Unapologetically, y'all. And that is absolutely what is taking place within the masculine collective, y'all. Hey, I got personal readings today, y'all, and I'm loving y'all energy. I'm telling you, y'all, everybody who's booked the love reading, I got specials on my love readings, y'all. Love readings are half off for probably about the next 2 weeks. I don't know. I just decided to run a special because I had some free time. All right, so I'm running a special on love readings. This energy is beautiful, y'all. So if you've already booked your soulmate reading, this week is coming back today. Any that are booked today will come back probably Tuesday, but I may get to them sooner. Sometimes I read on weekends, sometimes I don't, because I don't know how my schedule is going on weekends. All right, come on, kings, y'all. What is this? The Emperor. Stop playing, y'all. I just looked at the number 4. That is the number 4, y'all. That is Emperor energy. Why? Because the Empress always comes before the Emperor. Y'all, look, when you got into this pose, what did we say, Rita? Y'all know our pose. What is that? Mindfulness. When you sat down, queens, and you start, and if this is not, this is a future reading for you because I'm giving you what it is that you need to do to get to this, right? A man who is unapologetic about his queen or his God. Because that's all it is, y'all, right? So let me tell you something. Oshun of the soil, when you get into the position to ground your energy, it says grounding, stability, and nurturing. When you get to the point where you are grounding and nurturing your own energy, guess what? The Emperor comes forth, y'all. There is a masculine, the patriarch, who is taking over their legacy. How many of us don't have matriarchs and patriarchs anymore in your family? You don't. Because don't nobody love God. Stop playing. These people don't care. They want to play church. Like these people in the comments, y'all, they play church. They don't live the life. Anybody who lives the life ain't got time to be in people comments talking about dumb shit. They just don't. These people play God. They play Jesus. They play church. Anybody that got a real relationship with God ain't got time to get in somebody's comments and type nothing. They don't. They don't give a fuck, y'all. That's how you know people that play church versus people who have a relationship with God. Because nobody can tell you your relationship with God. You got to understand that, y'all. So how many people now don't even have matriarchs and patriarchs in their family because people stop believing in the foundation, which is God. It has shit to do with your mama, them, and the Bible and all of that shit. It's God. And if you stop making it about external shit like witchcraft and all of that dumb shit and make that shit about God, then you will stop giving a fuck, y'all. The masculine are now making it about God. And however they get God, they got to get it unapologetic. And anyone who is still worried about the opinions of others, they stupid. Because the fuck is you talking about? This world is going to shit with a dumbass president. I don't let me not talk bad because I don't get fuck that, right? Ain't nobody shooting people at no correspondence dinner. Y'all know good and well this stuff is so fabricated that it don't even make sense. How many presidents have we had, y'all? The fabrication coming out of this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, y'all. How you gonna get a gun into a correspondence dinner? And who cares? Who even cares enough to go? Don't nobody want to unalive that man because we don't give a fuck about him, y'all. It's so stupid. In the world we living in, people rather worry about somebody with cars talking about witchcraft than the fact that you got a dumbass president. Y'all, this world is so ass backwards. It's ass backwards. Y'all rather worry about somebody who was encouraging people to heal and grow than to look at the fact that we had a war, right? And the whole government finna be at odds again. We finna be right back where we was on lockdown with COVID because y'all dumbasses worry about somebody reading cards versus who the fuck y'all voting for. Okay, y'all, sorry. Let's get to the next message. It's hilarious, y'all, to read and look at the news and look at this world we live in. Child, I don't even watch the news. I see that shit in passing, y'all. Whatever news I get, it has to come up on my YouTube feed because I'm not watching TV. It's stupid, y'all. It is insane, the world we live in. And people ain't got nothing else to do. All right, y'all, let's get to the next message for the masculine. All right, y'all, we got masculine stepping up to be the patriarchs, and they're doing it unapologetically. All right, yeah, the loner. All right, y'all, the masculines are in hermit, y'all. Yeah. They're in hermit, y'all. That thing says the loner, isolation and introspection. So I'm going to tell you, y'all, if your person has been quiet this week, allow it because this is hermit. So I'm going to clarify and see what these are. All right. Somebody's doing a lot of isolation. Yeah. Mother of earth. See, let me tell you, y'all. You are someone who is highly sensitive. I love this energy. Highly sensitive, y'all. See, somebody now sees that you are, it says root of water and mother of earth. fertile ground and highly sensitive. Many of the masculine collective, y'all, they really don't understand women of God. So when they meet y'all, they don't understand that you're highly sensitive and you do have to ground yourself, right? So they be out there doing dumb shit, y'all. They really do. They be out there doing dumb shit. You are highly sensitive to the energy. So now everything starts to get chaotic. Now I feel like in this introspection and isolation of this masculine here, somebody is understanding that, dang, right? This is my empress. This is someone who is highly sensitive. This is someone who is fertile ground, y'all. Beautiful energy. So somebody's now beginning to, I heard, see you for the first time. Yeah, because somebody decided to take this journey, y'all. Look, the Fool. It says boo boo the Fool, y'all. Stop playing, y'all. That thing say boo boo the Fool. It says possibilities and potential. All right, y'all. Somebody, you got a masculine who is now in hermit, and they're beginning to really examine the possibilities and the potential of what it looks like to build a life pleasing to God. That's all it is, y'all. When we talk about divine unions, this is a man who has to say, I have to respect this feminine as the one that God gave me. And in order to respect her as the one that God gave me, I have to be willing to take this journey as well. I have to be willing to see the possibilities and the potential of what this can be. But that's what's taking place, all right? So somebody, if you're a person pulling their energy back this week, I'm hearing God say, don't panic. This is what they need. Under this Scorpio moon, God finna tell everybody what they need and show it to them. I'm hearing demonstrative evidence, y'all. I keep hearing that word, right? So God is showing people. So let them, right? Let them be in hermit.
Can we go to like a Marshalls or something like that? Because my jacket got delayed.
I'll look around the house today. I probably can find a black one for Journey. I didn't know you ordered a jacket.
You got me one.
Okay, I'll look and see. All right, y'all, let's clarify. All right, let's see. What I want to clarify with. I think I'll clarify with this one. All right, Divine Feminine, Oshun the Warrior. All right, so let's see. What is this war that you had to overcome, child? So Divine Feminine, you've been fighting some type of war. This is coming up in the recent past energy. All right, so in the recent past, most of the feminine energies had to say, you know what, I'm just going to have to be my own leader, right? I'm just going to have to be more assertive. You had to take back your personal power. The moon, child, stop playing. Somebody, you was really at war. Shit, me, the warrior is being clarified by the moon. Somebody, you said, oh no, I got to see what's going on. Somebody, you wanted to get down to the truth of what really was taking place. And whether this is in your life, this is in your spiritual journey, is really you saying, okay, is there doubt? Is there insecurity? Is there some type of an illusion, right? Maybe you were even doubting your intuition. Yeah, because Ace of Wands is at the bottom of the deck with the 10 of Pentacles, y'all. Stop playing. At the bottom of the deck. All right, Ace of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, y'all. So somebody, I feel like you've been fighting a spiritual war is what God is saying, especially with this moon and warrior. Somebody, whatever, yeah, this is very important, y'all. This is why I'm hosting this clearing at 7 p.m., y'all. Because many of the feminine, you have to understand the masculine, the battles that they are fighting is 3D. It's their family, it's boundaries. See, this is somebody who is setting boundaries. But your war, Divine Feminine, it's in the spirit, y'all. It's spiritual. And that's why you have to understand what your person battling, what they fighting with, what you battling, what you fighting with, because you have to break this down spiritually. Meaning you got to pray. You got to ask God for foresight. You got to ask God, what is it that you should be doing to be the best, right, woman that you can be, y'all. That's all it is. So somebody, you was fighting, but it's been a spiritual war. Yeah. See, the masculine been fighting a whole nother war, y'all, and it's financial. Stop playing. The King of Pentacles to the Four of Pentacles, y'all. So the masculine over here who's setting boundaries, they've been surrounded by a lot of greedy people, y'all. Greed, materialism. Yeah, somebody had to get past some type of financial issue. Somebody, your person is showing up as the King of Pentacles, y'all. So it is somebody who wants to build an empire, faithful, a provider, somebody who is very affluent, right? But this person, they ain't had no boundaries, y'all. Because I think that came out in a reading I did yesterday where it was a masculine in the energy. They just didn't have no boundaries. And God had to break them down financially just to be able to show them that, look, this 9 of Pentacles is for you. It's not for everybody else, y'all. The hard work that men are doing, 8 and 9 of Pentacles, it ain't for other people. It's for them. And as long as you are a man of God and you working hard every day and you feel like you got to take all your money and give it to greedy people, or you are the greedy person, then you're not exercising the will of God in your life, y'all. God is abundance, not greed, not scarcity, not lack. Right? If you are a man that feel like you got to work like 7 days a week, 20 hours a day, and you can't ever just breathe and say, thank God that I have a job, right? Thank God that I have a business, right? If you are that person and you can't even sit down long enough to thank God, spend time with your family, right? Spend time with your children, spend time with your wife, your partner, whatever, then that is a scarcity mindset, y'all. And many masculine, they operate out of a scarcity mindset because they feel like if they sit down for 2 minutes, they're going to lose everything. That's not God. That's a scarcity mindset. 10 of Pentacles is still at the bottom of the deck, y'all. Stop playing. All right? What is this grounding energy coming in from my divine feminine? You were sick of it. Stop playing, y'all. Soon as I asked the question, you were sick of it. So somebody, as you have been grounding yourself, you are realizing that you actually begin to bear a financial burden yourself, right? Let me tell you, y'all, whether this is just you not in a relationship, right? So let me say, if you're single, you are now beginning to understand that your major burden has been financials as well. Finance, y'all. 2 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. Why? Because anything that happens with you also mirrors in your person. But what that looks like in a relationship, right, is that you over here losing money yourself and you're trying to figure out, well, damn, why am I struggling financially? Because I'm usually doing good. Well, let me tell you, if you are connected to a man with a scarcity mindset, it's going to impact both of y'all financials, not just theirs, y'all. That's a soul connection. So if this is your husband, your divine counterpart, your kingdom spouse, whatever the hell you want to term it, if that is your person, y'all, and they're dealing with scarcity and a lack mindset, it will impact your finances. Thank you for the sparkle, Santia. It will, y'all. So a lot of times as a divine feminine, we over here talking about, well, damn, why I'm suffering? Why I feel like I'm losing money? Why am I feeling unstable? Because your person is, y'all. Because your person is. And that's why you begin to feel like you were carrying more of the responsibility of the relationship, really, because your person was in this 4 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, right? I'm going to focus on my money, right? But then they were also being selfish with it, y'all. Somebody was selfish. Yeah, because the 10 of Pentacles is still at the bottom of the deck, y'all. Let me just pull that shit out. I'm just going to sit it right there, right? Because God is trying to show somebody that you got the 10 of Pentacles. You got it. But somebody over here working their ass off, not even realizing that you already have the abundance that God gave you. When God gives you a woman of God, you already have the abundance that God gave you. Because a woman of God is always going to direct a man on what is best for the legacy, the family. She is going to build him up. She is going to make sure that the home is good. A wise woman buildeth her home. But it's too many men that be connected to peasants that made them lose everything. The baby mama, the ex-wife, they took them for everything they had. So now as soon as they get a good woman, they don't even know what to do because they still feel like they in this damn King of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. Meaning that I got to protect my money. I got to make sure I'm good. I got to make sure. No, that's stupid. That bitch don't want your money. A real queen don't want your money. She got her own, y'all. Because now I'm hearing she got her own. What is that, Neo? A woman who got her own? Yeah. You a woman who got your own, y'all. But it's too many men that have dealt with so many peasants that have taken everything from them. By the time they get with a good woman who got her own, they still acting like they got a peasant, y'all. Stop playing. Somebody's ready to risk it all. Let's clarify. What's risk it all? All right. What is risk it all? All right, 5 of Pentacles, y'all, because then somebody losing everything. Y'all stop. Now they ready to risk it all because they realizing that all of this they've been holding on to, they still ain't got shit because they don't have peace. 5 of Pentacles, y'all. Somebody don't even have peace. Yeah, you might feel like you finna do all of this, but you ain't got peace. They still in the 5 of Pentacles. How you got a King of Pentacles in the 5 of Pentacles, except for the fact that they don't trust God? Stop playing. 5 of Pentacles, y'all. Somebody still. Why? Because the Ace of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. When I say this is a relationship, y'all, that y'all been having a hard time grounding. All of these damn pentacles out here, somebody, your relationship been hot and cold, off and on, right? You cannot stabilize your shit because you are dealing with a man who cannot stabilize his energy, y'all. The masculine energy is the grounding energy, y'all. So with this damn King of Pentacles, but the Four of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, somebody is so focused on their money that they could never understand you. Never, y'all. This somebody don't. Every time I look at the bottom of the deck, this is what you don't see. At the bottom of the deck, this person don't see you are the Ten of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, this person don't see they can have the Ace of Pentacles to the Lovers with your ass, but they don't see it, y'all. Or at least they didn't. Yeah, because of their past. Six of Cups, y'all. Stop playing. What did I tell you? Somebody has dealt with people in their past that completely took financial. I heard financial abuse. And this could be you, queen, right? Shit, my last marriage was hell yeah, that shit was financially abusive. That man cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars. No, look, no cap. That my last marriage cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars. I would say in them 7 years, $1 million easy. $1 million easy. I was married to that man for 7 years. $1 million easy. Right? That man was costing me being in that marriage. Stop playing, right? So if you have ever come out of a financially abusive relationship and you're not healed, see, I'm healed, y'all. So that shit don't bother me. I trust God. So every financial blessing or money, real money out my bank accounts, right? That man was taken from me. I always trusted God to bring it back. But if you are dealing with a masculine energy who has lost everything because of women, they don't trust God to bring it back. They out there trying to work for that shit, y'all. All right. Somebody, you got a King of Pentacles and a Four of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles because of somebody in their past, y'all, that took advantage of them financially. Somebody was taken advantage of. This is somebody, if they would just look at what God is showing them, it's the Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, and the damn Lovers, y'all. I could never make it up. And that's coming over desire. You are everything that this person has desired. Oh, God said, look at how you line the cards up. Yeah, this is what now this person is thinking on. That's coming right over loner and introspection. All right. This is today's astrology, y'all. This ain't no future message. This is today. When I set these messages daily, it is daily guidance. It is real energy. Now, when you come across it, right, if you're in it now, this is you. If you come across this video in 3 weeks, then it's then. But if you're listening to it now, it's because it is the now. Whenever you find it, it's meant for you at that time. This is current energy for somebody, like today. Right, your person is in isolation and introspection, and now they over here talking about, God damn, the Nine of Cups. I always had it, y'all. Look, Nine of Cups. Somebody's now understanding that they always had the Nine of Cups, y'all, but they couldn't see that. Why? Why couldn't they see it? What is this energy? All right, y'all, risk it all. Shit me, y'all. The devil to the Five of Pentacles. I could never make it up, y'all. The devil is not a bad card. The devil amplifies whatever it comes out with. The devil to the Five of Pentacles, man, this man don't give a fuck about nothing but money. Stop playing. And that is the root. That is the root of whatever this issue is that y'all are going through, right? This is the root, y'all. All right, I got 79 people watching and 57 thumbs up. If you are enjoying the content, please give it a thumbs up because that will allow the algorithm to get out when the viewers match the thumbs up. All right, please give the video a thumbs up. The devil to the Five of Pentacles, y'all. Somebody has been suffering financially. And I'm going to tell you, if you are single, this could be you, right? You could just be going through this financial difficulties, right? But if you are in a relationship, this is your masculine, right? Somebody is absolutely, I'm talking about it. I'm talking the devil to the Five of Pentacles. Give me one more. Judgment is at the bottom of the deck, but God. Judgment is at the bottom of the deck, but God is never concerned with somebody's money, y'all. God don't give a fuck about your money. God don't say when you ready you can come to me. God say you gonna get ready now. Nobody cares, y'all. So whoever this is, they under judgment. What's the devil to the Five of Pentacles? Somebody under judgment. What's the devil to the Five of Pentacles? Nine of Wands, y'all. Nine of Wands. Because they tired. Somebody is wounded. And they had to learn from their past mistakes and the past setbacks, y'all. This is a wounded masculine. Seven of Swords. They couldn't even see it. They were deceived, y'all. Because somebody, I'm telling you, somebody from their past took everything. Six of Cups is back at the bottom of the deck, y'all. Six of Cups is back at the bottom of the deck. This is somebody who was wounded by people in their past. They took everything, y'all. This is a woman. Seven of Swords, Nine of Wands. This man was tired as hell. Somebody from their past took everything, lying, scheming, Very strategic. Very strategic. What is this? Seven of Swords, Nine of Wands. All right, the Hermit. I told you, this person in loner. Absolutely. Somebody, your person is in hermit mode. Hermit with this loner energy. Today's energy. All right, somebody, they want to now be unapologetic. What's unapologetic? Hold on, y'all. Let me see. The patriarch. We talked about this the other day, y'all. Like, the world that we live in now, we don't have like patriarchs and matriarchs anymore. We don't, y'all. Like, we don't have people who are now standing in the gap to say, you know what, I'm gonna build the legacy, right? I'm gonna do this. We just don't have that anymore, y'all. And many people, it's like you're really wanting that, right? That is the desire, but that is not something that many have. But let's be clear. If you don't have grandfathers and great grandfathers, some man in the family is gonna have to take that role in order to have it. If you are someone who does not have a grandmother or a real strong grandmothering energy, then someone is gonna have to pick up that role if we are to continue legacy building, y'all. So if you are dealing with a divine masculine who ain't no other men in their family no fucking good, then you better believe that man is the patriarch. Just like you, divine feminine, know if it ain't no good women in your life, then that you are the matriarch. But it starts with union. And that's why so many people despise union, y'all. You can't be nobody patriarch if you ain't never had a wife. And you can't be nobody matriarch if you ain't never had a husband. And the world wants to keep us separated, never to marry, never to be in partnerships, never to be in union. Because if you do not, then you do not have a foundation. So every dumbass man that's listening to me or crazy ass woman that be talking about, I don't need to get married, we don't need to do that. You do, y'all. That is proper order. And that's stupid. You cannot be no patriarch of your lineage and you ain't never had a wife. What you gonna teach your kids? How you gonna teach your kids to be a good husband if you ain't never been one? How you gonna teach your girls to be good wives if you ain't never been one? So for every dumbass person in this world that feel like you don't need to be married, you don't need to be in no unions, you ain't got no fucking legacy, idiots. Idiots. Complete idiocracy to feel like you are building anything by yourself. That ain't even God, y'all. God did everything in twos. Shit. Why do you think you have a womb? And why does he have seeds if y'all ain't supposed to be together? Why you got eggs and he got seeds if y'all ain't supposed to be together? That's stupid, y'all. So people who despise union, despise marriage, and I don't give a fuck about man or woman. What you despise is transformation. Transformation, y'all. Somebody, your masculine, I'm talking about, this is a truth seeker, y'all. Look, back to back. This man in hermit, look, it says solitude, transformation, and truth seeker. You got a masculine who is now trying to seek the truth for themselves. Let me tell you about men, y'all. You can be a woman of God, divine feminine, reader, I don't give a fuck who you are. You can be all of that. But until your divine counterpart begins to seek God for themselves, they won't see the truth. Hell, if you like me, they probably looking at you like you crazy. Well, my mama didn't say she a witch. My grandma didn't say what she do ain't right. So now they over here looking at you half sideways thinking you the devil when they don't realize that the devil all around their asses every day, y'all. And now there is a masculine who is now discovering the truth. Why? Because he is actually going through his own transformation. And this transformation is showing him. He thinking, y'all, that thing say deep thinker. Why? Because I'm clarifying patriarch, unapologetic. This is a masculine who has to be unapologetic. If you gonna be a patriarch or a matriarch of your family, you can't give a fuck what people think. Did your great granddaddy care what people thought? Fuck no. So if you are a man and you are listening to me and you feel like you finna take over this patriarchy role, then you gotta do that shit unapologetically, y'all. Can't nobody give a fuck about what your mama didn't say. That's stupid. Don't nobody give a fuck what your grandma didn't say. If you live in, oh yeah, this is a message for somebody. If you are a man, no women in your family should be running shit. That's stupid. That's stupid, right? I ain't got to get rid of shit. You can get rid of my lie. Truth is motherfucking truth. And if you can't see past a card, you ain't ready for the truth. Stupid. That's stupid. You ain't got to get rid of nothing. You do whatever the hell God told you to do. You get truth, and truth is irrefutable, stupid. The truth is irrefutable. It don't matter if it's a card, if it's a dumbass Bible. All of that shit is written by man. And I am the mouthpiece of God, dummy. Okay, y'all. Irrefutable. That is the truth. Stupid. All right. Anywho, all right. So there is a masculine now who is seeking their own truth. They are discovering their own revelation so that they can experience the profound change, death, and metamorphosis. Why? Because we are under the Scorpio moon, y'all. Because we are under the Scorpio moon. And the Scorpio moon is what? Transformational. It is transformational. All right, somebody, you got a masculine. I'm talking about they strapping up, y'all. Look, stop playing. This man is ready for this fight. Somebody, your person be in the gym, your person be getting that shit in. They are fighting the great fight of faith, is what I'm hearing. Your masculine is fighting the good fight of faith. They taking that leap of faith, y'all. Stop playing. That thing says bravery, courage. Why? Because they were misdirected, y'all. See, somebody was misdirected. It says not listening to their intuition, blocked insight and foresight, confused about future path, bad decision or judgment call. So there is a masculine energy, or again, this is you, and you've been misdirected along the path in some type of way, y'all. There was just a misdirection. All right, what is this all right, what is this misdirection? People dumb as fuck, y'all. I gotta laugh at that. That is when I say an oxymoron, that shit is an oxymoron. How the hell you gonna tell somebody they speaking truth, but then tell them to put the card down? That shit is hilarious, y'all. I had to stop and laugh at that one. Now y'all know we see some shit come through these comments, y'all, but that shit right there was funny. Like that was hilarious. That was hilarious. Like you literally enjoying the content and you talking about put a card down. Why the fuck is you even looking at the card? Close your eyes and listen then, stupid. Okay, what is misdirection? Because people be misguided. Yeah, because people be misguided. Like I said, people can't listen to their own third eye. So you over here worrying about a car versus listening to God. This is the new earth reality. God is in all things at all times. Y'all the dummies that forgot that God is omnipresent and omnipotent. God is in all things at all times. Y'all stupid. Anywho. All right. Somebody, your masculine was misdirected because they simply didn't listen to God, y'all. I cannot. Like, this shit is somebody who just didn't listen to God. That's it, y'all. Somebody was absolutely misdirected because they did not listen to what God was telling them, y'all. That's it. It says not listening to intuition. They need to connect to their higher self. They have sports. Oh, I was finna say why. Their trauma. All right, somebody said, but why wasn't he listening to God? Because of his trauma, y'all. Whoever this masculine or feminine, take it how it is. This is about your person. All right, your person had trauma, y'all, and their trauma was so deep that they could not even listen to the direction of God. Yeah, so they just kept saying, I'm just going to be single, right? Singlehood is there. Maybe that's what this trauma was telling him. Somebody wants to compromise, though, at the split. All right, somebody wants to compromise, y'all. Now they understand. See, it was the past, y'all. What did I tell you with that past influences? It says past influences and emotional triggers. Somebody is healing and in recovery because they had a lot of unprocessed hurt and pain. Somebody had a lot of scars, unhealed wounds. Why? Because we said mother wounds, y'all. Somebody has never set boundaries with the women in their life, and because of that, they were never able to have a good relationship. This is probably a man, y'all, that ain't never had a good relationship, or a woman. Take it how it resonates. Whoever this person is has never had a good relationship because they never had boundaries with the people in their life. They never did. They just never had boundaries. And let me tell you, if you don't have boundaries with the people in your life, they're going to always misguide you because you'll be listening to idiots. Who listens to fools? Who listens to fools, y'all? So whoever this is listens to fools until God hit them. What did I tell you with them damn 5 of Pentacles? Until God hit them, they were listening to fools. This is somebody now who had to look at their wallet because God said, what? I'm going to give your ass financial karma because you don't know how to listen. If a man does not know how to listen to God, your finances will always suffer. Because God will always show you, right, who God is by how your money look. Stop playing. Every time, y'all know, every time you started not doing what it is that God told you to do, what happened to your money? What happened to your money, y'all? I pity the fool. Who is that? I love that. I pity the fool, y'all. Because sure enough, this person was a fool, y'all. I'm talking about they was boo-boo the fool. Remember, y'all, the card came out. This, look, here it is right here. This person was boo-boo the fool. Absolutely, y'all. I pity the fool. This person was boo-boo the fool because all they wanted to do was focus on money. So much so that God said, I'm going to empty your whole wallet. And so that you can understand that it's more than just your wallet. Abundance is here. With union, y'all, with union. If God has sent a particular person in your life to be a blessing to you and you reject that person, God is always going to show your ass. God says, somebody, I can show you better than I can tell you because this person had financial insecurities and it caused them setbacks. Business troubles, job loss. Somebody couldn't even afford a decent day, y'all. I feel like this could have been either karma that somebody has already gotten or they're getting now. Because they didn't listen to their third eye when it came to you. They listened to their trauma versus listening to God. Because when you were sent to this person's life, you were sent to heal them. I'm seeing a healer. Yeah, like I'm seeing a healer, and you were sent to this person for a particular reason, but they wouldn't even they wouldn't even let you do the job that God sent you to do. They was running away, y'all. Literally, they was running away from you. Yeah, and you were sent to heal this person. All right, what else, y'all? All right, somebody, I feel like there's a lot that's changed. Shit me, y'all. God damn, I said, what else, y'all? Wedding ring came out. Woo, somebody you don't even know. At the bottom of the deck, it says hidden truth. Somebody, this person want to marry you. And they it's risky. Like somebody feels like this is risky, but I heard I'm willing to take the risk. All right. Somebody wants to marry you. They willing to take the risk, y'all. It says token of love, appreciation, long-term commitment, seeking marriage as the end goal, promise to a lover. But somebody, the hidden truth is there was some type of gossip. Yeah. And I feel like this person has been hiding the fact that they really do want to be with you. See, somebody, there's a lot changing in your life. All right. There's a lot changing in your life. You have created, that thing says the goddess circle. All right. Somebody, you have created, right, so much good fortune in your life that everything has to come in. Y'all, it has to come full circle. And when you realize that, do not be deceived by the trickster spirit, divine feminine, because your strength is being tested. Take care of your emotional stability today. Because this part of the message is for somebody who doubting now, right? Because I'm hearing the goddess circle. And it's at the point that you begin to cultivate the circle for yourself is when you completed some type of cycle within your divine union. At the point you begin to love on yourself, take care of yourself, mother yourself, you healed a mother wound within you. At the point that you heal the mother wound within you, it has allowed your masculine to be able to set certain boundaries and heal their own mother wounds. Both of you guys have mirrored each other in the fact that you both had mother wounds. That is why you, divine feminine, had to show up as this warrior spirit, because you have always had to fight for yourself. At the point that you got into your soft power and no longer was in this opposition, it also allowed your masculine to now step up and take their rightful place in your life. That's a message for somebody. There's a trickster spirit that's going around the twin flame or love marriage. When I say twin flame, I'm talking marriage. I'm talking about divine union. I'm talking about the one that you know God told you was your fucking person. That is what I mean. There is a trickster spirit that is taking place where it is appearing that the masculine is still in mind and ego. That is actually not the case for many, and that is why I am hosting the session tonight at 7, y'all, so that you can really see what currently your masculine or feminine, whoever your person is dealing with, so that we can then clear that today, because they are not in mind and ego. See, mind and ego, right, was cast out when we came into this age of the fire horse. I'm sorry, when we came into this new year, right, the year of the fire horse, right, around that spring equinox, real men of God, they are no longer in mind and ego. They're actually in this integration space where they're spending a lot of time alone. Everything that you as the collective had to experience, family drama, clearing of core wounds, seeing friends that were not friends, seeing family that never gave a fuck. They are seeing it now, y'all. So you have to be sensitive as the spiritual lead of your union to say, let me not succumb to this trickster energy, because your masculine is not in mind and ego. Your strength as the chiefess is being tested. Your strength as the chiefess is being tested. The doubt is because they are losing things from their past that they thought they needed. Whoever just said that, what are they doubting? It's not that they are doubting you, they are doubting themselves, because life looks very different. Y'all think about it. When you start seeing people for who they were, think about it when you decide to separate yourself from your mama, sister, brother, cousin, anyone who was in opposition of what you wanted for yourself. It ain't easy to see that, y'all. Some of y'all kept talking to people for a few more months until you had to completely cut them off. You kept going back until they gave you that one last final blow, and you just said, I can never go back. So that is what the masculine collective is doing. They are not doubting the connection. They know exactly who you are, y'all. If you are listening to me and you are in that connection, God has already given that revelation. It is nobody that don't know who their person is right now if you know you got one. It's the integration of saying, damn, I had to see all of these people around me who have been gossiping and lying and not even telling the truth. We all had to see it, y'all. Well, if you don't care, that's you, love. I get it. Everybody's journey isn't the same, y'all. I sympathize, right? I do. Who is that? Melanie? I sympathize with you, love, because this ain't no easy journey. But let me tell you, I've never been in separation. I know how to pray. I know how to listen to God. For those who are in separation, I can't imagine what y'all going through, because I ain't have to go in separation. When God and me and my king came together, I started listening to God every day. I started listening to God, right? I didn't do crazy things to fuck up the energy and go into separation and all of that stuff, y'all. And let me tell you, if you cannot exercise grace, then isn't the journey for you. And it's fine. It's fine, y'all. This shit is not easy. Not everybody is going to see this journey through. They won't. Some people will say, fuck it, I can't deal with this shit no more. I'm just ready to go on with my life. That's fine. That is absolutely fine, y'all. You go with the measure of grace that God gave you. That's it. I never tell people what to do in their relationships. I don't care. Somebody hiding? And say that too. Who is that? Yes, different timelines of the world, right? Y'all are on, everybody is on different timelines, y'all. Because let me tell you, many of y'all that follow me, we in union, we happy, we are the chosen one, right? And we ain't going through that shit. But it's okay if you are. It just simply means that you are on a different timeline. And that's okay. You want to follow somebody who is above your timeline. Why would you follow somebody that's trying to get it out the mud with you? You need to follow somebody that done got that shit out the mud and doing that shit happily. In a blended family with an age difference union, right? You just do that shit every day. You pray real hard, right? You ask God for patience. I'm in an age different union, 18 years, blended family, 8 kids between the two of us. And we work that shit out the best we can with God. That's all divine unions is, y'all. It's all it is. And if you're not ready to put in the work, that's fine, y'all. That shit just ain't for you. It's okay. God say stay single. I could never make it up, y'all. God say, okay, just stay single. You do not have to do anything. My cards are always gonna match what God say. And that's why I don't give a fuck about people that be talking about cards, y'all. God says, if you are not ready to see this shit through, you don't have to, y'all. Stay single. That's a beautiful life. How many people on this live happily single right now? Send some hearts up. I got a collective that is happily single, y'all. I don't care who you with. I just teach the collective. So whether your ass is single in union, I just want your ass to be happy. All right, y'all. Let's see. What else do we need to know at this time? All right, let's see. I think I want to change decks. Let's see. Oh, I think I do, y'all, because we got a little time today. I told y'all. Yeah, somebody, you could just be in separation and your ass stressed out right now. You got a fucking emperor. Now I'm gonna get on somebody. Somebody, I don't know what the fuck you going through just because you in separation and you stressed, but this man is an emperor. And let me tell you, I just told you, somebody, your strength is being tested. You are in a divine union. And anybody that knows you got an emperor and you over here talking about you don't want him, mean you ain't had enough peasants. Because let me tell you, y'all, every time I sat back and I thought about some of the things that my king was doing that I did not like, I also thought about all the peasants I had. Motherfuckers that was on drugs, motherfuckers that wouldn't work, motherfuckers that don't take care of their children, motherfuckers that don't ever show up. And then I thought about my king. And my king does what? Take care of his children, work every day, take care of his own home, pay his own bills. We don't even live in the same house. And then I said, what? I can be patient. Y'all ain't had enough peasants. Because if you got a real emperor, you ain't trying to go no damn well. You are praying for that man to get his shit together. Take your ass back out there to the peasants. You'll be back. And that's from your king. For whoever doubting their king right now, your king said, take your ass back out there to them streets. Get your ass a peasant and you will be back. Because somebody, this man is an emperor. And this separation has stressed your ass out. But let me tell you, the only reason you stress, because you ain't listening to God. Anytime I have felt stress in my union is because I wasn't listening to God. God is your comforter, not your person. God is your comforter, not your person. So even if you single or in union, you always at peace, y'all. Because God is your comforter, not a man. And y'all be looking for emperors to comfort you. An emperor is not a comforter, y'all. An emperor is a hard work. Let's see. Control and protection. Maintaining stability and structure. Practical and logical decisions. Strong divine masculine energy. Ain't shit on that card say a comforter. God is your comforter. God is your peace. Your man is your king. And he got to do what? Build a legacy for your ass. My man be working. And I am never going to despise a working man. That is stupid. Especially when you done had a motherfucker that won't work. When y'all done had people that don't want to work, you will love a working man. Yeah, they quiet. Yeah, they don't talk a lot. Yeah, that shit get annoying. Yeah, they don't say a whole lot because they are strong as men that are still trying to figure out how to deal with their own emotions. And that is why you have to listen to God. A woman with a relationship with God ain't never asking what her man thinking. She already know. She already know. A woman with a relationship with God ain't saying, I wonder if he coming back. I wonder how he feeling. She already knows because God gives you your own intuition. You ain't never left without a comforter. You ain't never left without a blueprint. Your ass just don't listen. All right, y'all, let's change up decks. All right, let's change up decks. What else does the collective need to know on this beautiful day? All right, y'all, since I am not live on TikTok today, I am going to go a little longer here. All right, join me tonight at 7 p.m. on Discord. All right, y'all, if you do feel like you are on a twin flame journey, right, whether you met your person or not, right, I am having a spiritual warfare clearing session tonight. Divine unions are under spiritual attack. That's why the divine feminine stressed out thinking that you sick of this shit because you don't even realize that this ain't a love. This is warfare. The fuck y'all talking about? It ain't love. It's warfare. And at the point y'all get out of y'all head about Netflix and chill and taking romantic dates and shit. Thank you, love. And wanting to just do all of that normal shit, then get your ass a soulmate, y'all. That's simple. You ain't even gotta be in no divine union. You can do that shit with a soulmate. Get your soulmate and go live your damn life. But if your ass is talking about you on a twin flame journey, then motherfucker, you know this is spiritual warfare. The fuck you thought? You thought it was gonna be easy? I knew this shit wasn't gonna be easy. That's why I ain't never been bitter on the journey. You only bitter on the journey when you thought it was gonna be easy. Was healing easy for you? Because healing ain't gonna be easy for your person. Child. Join us on Discord, y'all. The link is on my website, thelady-empath1111.com. Click on join us on Discord. I am giving away on if you join the session tonight, you will get an 8-page guide. All of my sessions come with material, y'all. I am a teacher. All right. I am a spiritual guide and teacher. So when you go to my sessions, you get material. So when you come to the session tonight, at the end of the session, you will get a 8-page workbook on how to see or determine if your shit under spiritual attack, and then what you can do, some clearing and some prayers on what you need to do to protect your union. All right, that's at 7 p.m. tonight. Go on Discord, click on the Zoom link channel. The Zoom link channel on Discord will give you the Zoom link for the meeting. We got to do it on Zoom because I have a lot of people, and sometimes Discord can't hold all of y'all. All right, let's get into this last energy. All right, what else does my collective need to know today? All right, what else does the collective need to know today? All right, breaking up. All right, we got breaking up coming out here. All right, what is this energy? All right, we got capture the moment. All right, somebody, there's a fight going on in somebody's family. This ain't love, y'all. Somebody, you finna get evidence. I keep telling y'all, we talked about this. Wait, mark your ass at. I'm telling you, y'all. Somebody, you finna get evidence. We talked about this. It is something going down, y'all. Heated exchange. I could never make it up. We talked about this yesterday. This Scorpio moon, y'all, is causing a lot of the masculines to see people around them. Look at this heated exchange. These are between men, y'all. Breaking up, capture the moment, lovers quarrel. What you and your person going through right now is your strength is being tested, because the masculines, they are having to confront people in their life. And it's hard to see that. It's hard to look at your best friend from childhood and realize that motherfucker been sabotaging you. It's hard to look at your brothers and people that you thought you was just going to be down with forever, and then you realize that all these motherfuckers hating on you. They don't want to see you grow. They ain't doing right, y'all. They are not. Right? Hell, I talk to my king every day. He's seeing people. He like, damn, babe. I be like, I know, love. Right? They have to be able to see. Right? And they like, damn, is everybody a snake? Yeah. Right? So you as the feminine has to be sensitive to that, because who the fuck else gonna support them when they realize that their best friend was fucking their baby mama? That's stupid. Right? Who else is going to support them when they realize that their mama been the one doing all the spell work on their relationship? Right? Who else is going to support them when they realize that their grandma is the biggest witch? Right? So when you realize that people have to be able to see that shit for themselves, all you do is step the fuck back. All right, so somebody, you got to get rid of your own insecurities right now concerning your relationship, because let me tell you, this person love you. They love you. I'm talking about it. And they spend a lot of time up at night by themselves thinking about it, because this is somebody who wants to give to you generously, y'all. We just talked about that. This is the King of Pentacles. This is somebody who wants to give to you generously. They do. And they spend a lot of time alone. I told you, hermit, y'all, this is a whole nother damn deck. And it's the same cards. Somebody is alone in hermit. They want to communicate how they feel, but it's some shit going down in the DM, y'all. There is a heated exchange that is taking place. Why am I seeing this deck? Lord, let's go to this deck. This deck right here is some crazy shit, but this is absolutely the deck I'm seeing. All right, somebody is seeing that somebody in their life is thirsty, y'all. Thirsty is at the bottom of this deck. Thirsty. I'm telling you, with this heated exchange, somebody wants to give to you more than they've ever given to you before. But for whatever reason, this person had their own insecurities. What is this heated exchange? Yeah, stop playing. Somebody fighting, because this true love, I could never make it up. Somebody is having a heated exchange with everyone around them simply because they have found what? True love. That's it, y'all. People will hate on the fact that you got something that they will never have, because true love comes from God. True love comes from the heart. True love, some people will never have this, y'all. Some people, literally, heated exchange just because this person has found true love. I could never make it up. Yeah, people just, I don't know, maybe you felt like, yeah, priority. They want to, I cannot, they want to make, this is a beautiful ass reading, y'all. I don't know what the hell going on today, but this is some beautiful energy. I'm talking about priority, y'all. Somebody wants to make love their priority. They've not done this before. Somebody wanted to make money their priority, y'all. And this is a karmic ass deck, y'all. But good cards are coming out. This person wants to protect you because now they see someone has disrespected them. See, there has been a level of disrespect that this person now sees about the people around them. Somebody has been very disrespectful to this damn masculine. They're gonna text you and tell you. Somebody, yeah, stop playing. Marriage. Again, a whole nother deck. Marriage, proper date, engagement, back to back, y'all, back to back. Stop playing. Somebody wants to finally date you. They want to take you on a proper date. Somebody, I'm talking about, you finna get a surprise. Somebody you don't even know. That's why your strength is being tested. Because let me tell you, y'all, when God truly wants to show up and show out in your life, you will have no idea, girl. You will have no idea. You'll be back here talking about, this man hate me. This man ain't talked to me in forever. And that joker text you next week, take you on a date and propose. And your ass been fell out the chair and called a lady empath to tell her what happened. My email, the lady empath 1111 at Gmail. Let me know when this happened, y'all. Somebody, your strength is being tested. You don't even know this man want to marry you. Somebody gonna take you out on a proper date. They are going to propose because they want to be married, y'all. This is true love, and they want to make you a priority. All right, what's disrespect and texting? What's texting and disrespect? All right, yeah, clingy. All right, somebody, your person might have a clingy ex or somebody that has been holding on, who has been very disrespectful, and now somebody sees that. Somebody could be texting a person or texting some type of disrespectful. I heard screenshots. All right, somebody, yo, stop playing. Soon as I said screenshots, y'all, what fell out? Direct message on Instagram. Stop playing. Somebody, your person gonna send you the screenshots of some type of disrespectful conversation that somebody has been clinging into their energy. Somebody got a clingy one, and your person finna send you the screenshots and tell you what the fuck really been going on, y'all. Somebody finna tell you. It could be on Instagram. Yeah, look, shady as fuck, y'all. Shady. Somebody, you thought your person was being shady, but they ain't. There is somebody who is very disrespectful in the energy, all right? And I feel like this is somebody your person trusted. Yeah. Your person wants to start over, y'all. Yeah, they want to validate your feelings. Damn. Somebody, you got red hair. All right, red hair. Freckles could be significant as well. Somebody, your strength is being tested, y'all. Yeah, it is. Your strength is being tested because you really do want your person to validate your feelings and really show you the romantic side of them. Right? But I feel like somebody trying to figure out how to do that, right? Because somebody really don't know how to do that, y'all. This is somebody who is a reformed player. This person is a reformed player, right? They don't even know how to do that, y'all. They really don't. This is somebody who now begin to try to understand what love is, child. This probably the first time this man ever really been in love, y'all. Because let me tell you, this is the first time you've been in love. Stop playing. You ain't never been in love until you've been in love with the one that God ordained for you. Everything else before that never mattered. It never mattered. Your ex didn't matter. Your baby mama, your baby daddy, none of them people matter until you are with the one that God desires for you. You ain't never been in love, because that kind of love gives you grace and patience. It's Corinthians love, y'all. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is long suffering. Love does not judge. Love does not keep count of right and wrong. That's real love, y'all. Most people ain't never experienced that. Stop playing. Y'all ain't never experienced it, right? So when you ain't never experienced it, you don't even understand it. And that's why most people who listen to me as a twin flame reader, they don't even resonate or even understand what the fuck I'm saying, because they ain't got that. Stop playing. This man finna come back begging. I could never make it up. Somebody, you got a dog, a white dog could be significant. Somebody, your person got dreads. All right, y'all, somebody finna come back begging. That thing say begging. All right, what they talking about, y'all? What they talking about? Yep. Somebody had to go around and find out that it wasn't shit out there in them streets, y'all. Hold on. I had to change decks. Somebody finna come back begging, y'all. They might have went on a date nap and they realized that shit, I ain't nothing out here. Yeah. Somebody was in their head, y'all. Head over heart. Heart says yes, but the mind says no, y'all. Somebody's been in a lot of mental pain. Yeah, you gonna be surprised, y'all. This person a damn change, y'all. This shit is beautiful as hell. I don't care what deck I pick up this morning. This energy is beautiful as hell. Y'all, life is full of surprises, y'all. And somebody, your person got something planned for your ass. They done finally got out their head, y'all. It says heart says yes, but the mind says no. This person tired of being in mental pain. They tired of being up at night. I'm saying somebody with red eyes. They can't even damn sleep, y'all. This person so sick of being in their head because their heart is taking the fuck over, y'all. Somebody want to surprise you with flowers. Somebody loves your hair. Somebody blow your hair out straight. Your person will, yeah, together. I could never make it up. Together. how we found each other. We are meant to be together forever and ever for eternity. The thing about a true, authentic twin flame union is that the way you and your person find each other, you couldn't even make that shit up, y'all. You couldn't make it up. It ain't no we was walking down the street. No, like most people who are in true, authentic unions, you can't even make it up. You be talking about what? Y'all was well on a what? And y'all how what? Right? What his grandma lived up the street from your grandma in 5th grade and you ain't never know? What? Y'all, these are the stories that my people tell me. I'm a coach, y'all. Like literally, like what? Y'all went to college together and didn't even know each other, but he was roommates with your line sister. Like what? Like all of this stuff, y'all. People, why? Because your person is always in proximity of you. And it is too many people, y'all, that y'all be talking about my man, my man. That ain't your man. If you met that motherfucker on a dating app and you chose him, that is not your person. Boaz chooses Ruth. If your ass out here searching for a man and now all of a sudden you talking about that's my twin, that is not your person. He who findeth a wife, the king gonna find you. And if your ass out here swiping left and right and you just now feel like you done met your person, no the fuck you didn't. Stop playing, y'all. Stop playing. If that person ain't coming to your life and cause a whole spiritual awakening, then it ain't your person. You and this person is a perfect pair, y'all. Twin flames is a spiritual awakening. If you met that person and you have now gotten closer to God, your spiritual gifts on 10, you dedicated your life to some type of creative effort that is going to benefit the collective, you a twin flame. If your ass ain't doing none of that shit, go get a soulmate. Please go get a soulmate and live your life happily ever after. If your mission in this world is not to create a new earth reality through Reiki, through energy healing, through speaking, through mentoring, through fucking healthcare, whatever it is, then that is not your fucking mission. Y'all just be wanting to do shit. I want to be a twin. I want to be a twin. No, the fuck you don't. This is spiritual warfare. Do y'all know how much prayer I got to do? Do y'all know how much clearing of energy I got to do every day? Do you know how many baths I got to take? Do you know how I got to go to war for motherfuckers every day? You don't want this shit. Sorry, y'all. Right? You don't, you got to know what this is, y'all. And y'all be over here talking about twin. Where have you been? Yeah. Y'all gonna stop letting social media and soul music tell y'all about twin flames. Live this shit. Live this shit. And you will never sing that song again. Right? Live it, y'all. You will never sing that song again. Right? Style, y'all. Somebody loves your style. That's beautiful, y'all. Somebody loves your style. Thank you, Scorpio. Somebody loves your style, y'all. It says, I love the way you dress, smell, and carry yourself. It is so attractive. I love that energy. Yeah, y'all, and let me tell you, y'all be weird as shit. Y'all do. Y'all be weirdos. Y'all believe weird shit together. Y'all talk about weird shit. It is, y'all. We are weirdos. If you have really met your person, y'all asses is weird as fuck. It said, you know, me and my king can stay together for a whole weekend and maybe say 2 sentences to each other. And it don't be nothing wrong. Like you read each other's energy so well that you ain't even gotta talk, y'all. We just be up under each other 2-3 days, child. We might have said 5 sentences, cause you don't need all of that, y'all. That is the energy of true, authentic twin flames. You make me feel comfortable in my skin. I can be myself with you. There is no pretense. Wig on, wig off, readings. It don't matter. When you with your person, there is no pretense. It is authenticity. His ass walk around, fart or some shit. Don't matter, y'all. Like y'all are such weirdos that you just be like, man, did you really just do that? Right? Like it is, y'all. It's freedom. It's freedom. And if you are in something where you can't be yourself and you don't feel free, that's not your person, y'all. It's just not. It's 2 people that can come together and mirror each other. Beautiful. Mirroring, y'all. That's all it is. And when you realize that you and your person, y'all mirror each other. It says your soul is a mirror of my own. Thank you for treating me with love and respect. The only true way to know that you are on an authentic twin flame journey is this right here. Your person will mirror your soul's growth. If you are spiritually elevated and you dealing with a man that don't even believe God, that ain't your fucking person. And that's why y'all be miserable and waiting. You waiting on somebody to believe God? No. If that man don't mirror your soul, that's not your person, y'all. It's not. And just because you got history with somebody, just because you got kids with somebody, that don't make them your person. Your person is the one who mirrors your soul. Your soul, y'all. So let me tell you, if you somebody that's sage and you incense and you believe in meditation and all of that, and your person talking about blow that out, that's weird. Don't be burning that shit in my house. That is not your person. That's stupid. Thank you, love. Thank you so much. Oh my God, that's so beautiful. Good. Oh, that Kyra. Thank you, Kyra. I'm telling you, y'all, that is not your damn person. And when you realize that, you will realize too that shit me. All right, so somebody, that's how you know. And if you are not growing and elevating, or if you are growing and elevating and the person ain't, that's not your person. Or you ain't growing and elevating. Now you got to figure it out on your own, y'all, because you meet somebody where they are. All right. This person misses you dearly, though. Yeah, it says we may not be together right now, but my heart misses you dearly. All right, let's get a few more, and then I'll get some oracle messages. Yeah, this person and they feelings, y'all. I'm talking about it. That's why they a hermit, y'all. Whoever your person is, they spending all of this time alone in bed, y'all. They in bed because they going through all kind of feelings, y'all. This person is not about to FaceTime you because they do not want you to see what they going through. They are not going to call you because you will hear it in their voice. Somebody is very emotional right now. Yeah, going through an array of emotions right now because they done had to take their own mask off, y'all. Somebody has had to take their own mask off. Love triangle is actually in the reverse, y'all. So it's not even that, but I do feel like there is always interference, y'all. Let's be clear. Right? This love triangle, I don't feel is about a lover, but I do feel like there's interference, y'all. It always is, y'all. Every divine union goes through interference. Every single one of them, y'all. Every one. And it ain't usually no low vibrational cheating shit, right? It's not usually that. Now, if it's that, it might be early on before y'all actually know who y'all are to each other. But at the point soul recognition takes place, y'all, and that man know you his person, and you know the same, ain't nobody cheating on you. That's stupid. Nobody does that. Those are low vibrational men, y'all. Fragmentation. All right. So this is a masculine who was fragmented. Yeah. See, this is somebody who is now integrating their shadow. That's why you're not going to hear much from this person, y'all. I feel like for some of y'all going to hear something either over this full moon in Scorpio or right after, right? In that waning of the full moon in Scorpio, because there's a transformation, y'all, that's taking place within this masculine. And it's taking place over this full moon energy, y'all. Somebody is now integrating their shadow because they're realizing that every time that they hurt you, remember, I saw hurting. Where that card at? Damn, right at the bottom of the deck. This is somebody who knows that they hurt you, y'all, because it says until we make our shadows conscious, we will still continue to hurt others. This is somebody who wants to open up. Yeah, they want to open up, but they know that they have hurt you because they had not integrated their shadow. Let me tell you something, queens. Yeah, your king will hurt you. They absolutely will, y'all. They will hurt you if they have not completely integrated their shadow. They absolutely will, y'all. And it's not intentional. Did you not hurt people when your ass was hurting? Right? Did you not do certain things, right? So what you got to understand is until you integrate your shadow, you will be hurt. But it's usually like lying or just not being open and all of that stuff. It ain't nobody that's gonna go cheat on you, start a whole nother family, and move in with a bitch. That is not it. All right. You are talking about a divine masculine who is still hurting and trying to gather themselves back together. So while they were broken, guess what? They hurt you. Somebody wants to grow old with you though. Yeah, it says, promise me you won't stop loving me even when we are old and gray, together forever. Child, that person wants to spend forever with you. Somebody ready, y'all. All right, somebody ready. Let me get you a few oracle messages, y'all, and then I am going to get you your higher purpose messages and end out today's live at about 9, probably 9:09 or so. I want to get a few oracle messages. All right, y'all, if this is your message, this is beautiful energy, y'all. But this is astrology, y'all. It is. Like I told you, it's only two things in this world that God made. God made man and the moon and the stars, the heaven and the earth. Everything else is man-made. And that is why I have a problem with judgmental people in this world. Man made the Bible, man made encyclopedias, man made all of that shit. God only made us and the universe and stars. And whatever the hell we do with that information, that's between us and God. That ain't got shit to do with nobody else. Can't nobody tell you what the hell God told you. That's dumb. All right, that is stupid as hell. Especially if you won't come to me quoting the Bible, because God ain't make the Bible. People made the Bible. Just like people drew pictures on these cards. That's stupid. And I'm just not that small-minded, y'all. I never was. I couldn't have the multiple degrees and the extensive education that I have if I was small-minded. That's stupid. All right, y'all. Let's get you some oracle messages from your person. Make sure you guys go to the LadyEmpath1111.com. Click on join us on Discord. All right. We are on Discord every day. We got a bunch of rooms, a bunch of stuff going on in Discord. But more importantly, tonight at 7 p.m., we are clearing spiritual warfare, y'all, for my twin flames. We're going to use this deck. All right. It's called Divine Lessons at 7 p.m. I'm also going to use my twin flame ascension deck as well at 7 p.m. And then we are going to go through what some prayers that you guys can do to clear out any spiritual blockages that you are experiencing in your twin flame union. It's spiritual warfare, y'all. It's God. Do you think people want to see people be happy? Right? Do you think people want to see people experience true, authentic, unconditional love the way that God said experience it? Hell no. That's why you got to fight for your shit, y'all. All right, let's get you some oracle messages from your person, y'all. And then I will get you some higher self messages. All right, and get out of here for today. All right, if you have booked a personal reading with me, I am returning personals today. I read on Tuesdays and Thursdays. All right, so if you book before Thursday, you get it back on Thursday. If you book today, you get it back on Tuesday. If I have time, though, I will do more today or over the weekend. However, traditionally, I'm trying to return personals on Tuesdays and Thursdays. All right, let's get into some messages from your person's higher self. All right, it says, loving you scares me. Say that shit, y'all. To say that, y'all, that man say, hey, shit, loving you scare me. All right, y'all, your person, yeah, it says everything you hear about me isn't true. All right, so your person feels like there could also be some type of gossip or something that you've heard. It's not true, y'all. That's that trickster spirit too, right? See, a lot of what we hear, okay, this is a message for somebody. When you are listening to readers, y'all, because many people that are on this journey, you do listen to tarot, y'all. You do, because that's how I even found out about it. I grew up in a church. I am a prophetess. I've been preaching, prophesying. I've had a church. I've done all of that, y'all. How I came across tarot is really because, and I'm somebody who grew up in a church. I ain't never think nothing about no tarot. I didn't never think it was good or bad. I just didn't give a fuck, y'all. Like, nobody cares about shit like that. So I was never a person that was like, oh my God, tarot is bad. I just never gave a fuck, right? But when I came across my false twin flame, who just told me, right, you my twin flame just because we happen to know each other from college, right? Well, I'm a research bitch. You ain't gonna come to me talking about I'm your twin flame, right? So you know me, what I get to do? Researching, right? So I get to researching. But a real researcher is gonna research. And y'all know who I came across? If y'all are not listening to Kat from Sacred Soul Rising, you are not on a twin flame journey. That lady breaks that shit down to where you know who you are, y'all. And she tells you the truth. It's about you. It ain't about them. This is your spiritual awakening. Kat from Sacred Soul Rising got me out of a false twin flame dynamic because Kat kept saying, if you growing, he should be growing. If you growing, he should be doing this. Well, mine was in a third party and wasn't doing shit. So I'm thinking, how the fuck is God gonna tell you my twin flame and you over here married and you ain't even doing the right thing? Fuck no, you can't be my person, y'all. So if you understand what this journey is, you will never fall victim, y'all, to a false twin flame. You won't, because you'll look at that motherfucker for who they are. Right, it is. Say that. You too, not yes. Like it is. So you will be in these dynamics, y'all, with people who are not your people. But that is what actually introduced me to tarot and then me to learn, right? So I say this to say, y'all, because many of you take in so much information, every message isn't your message, y'all. And sometimes when you listen to karmic readers, you got to understand they could be talking about an ex from two years ago, 5 years ago, right? It may not be your person. So a lot of times y'all be listening to readings and then you be begin to doubt your person, doubt that they doing the work. Now you think they cheat. Now you think they done had a baby on you. Like all of this shit be coming up because you listening to somebody reading that really ain't got shit to do with you. Stop, y'all. A lot of times you will build animosity from a person simply because they're not talking and because they aren't talking, and then you listening to readers that's giving you karmic information. Now your ass is all confused, y'all. So somebody just watch your intake, right? I only listen to what I want to hear. If it's something low vibrational, even if it's my message, I don't want to hear that shit, right? So you got to understand, yeah, cat is the truth. Who that, Dominique? Yes, cat is the truth, y'all. Y'all got to follow Cat, and Cat videos don't be about 10 minutes long. But them little nuggets that she dropped is the truth. And if you want to know really what this is, listening to Cat, I'm talking about it. It says, I want to teach. Oh, I want to reach out, but my pride is stopping me. I told you, y'all, somebody is at the house today by themselves or at work, wherever the hell they at, but they pride because they're integrating though, y'all. It's an integration process, and that's why you have to be able to pray for your person. Somebody, they now realizing that what they did was wrong, y'all. When the divine masculine realizes that they have not shown up for you in the way that God told them, remember, this is somebody who just didn't listen to their third eye or their intuition, right? If you just tuning in, then go back and listen to it, right? But this masculine is someone who did not listen to their third eye or their intuition. And all their third eye intuition was telling them to do was set boundaries with the people around them so that they could hear from God. This is a masculine who did not set boundaries with the people around them, so they could not even hear what God was saying. All right. It says, I knew you. See, look, I could never make it up. It says, I knew you loved me unconditionally. That's why I kept fucking up. See, somebody, this person knew that you loved them so much, they would just be fucking up anyway because they just knew that you loved them. But when the divine feminine takes her power back through love, you'll walk away. Even loving somebody, you'll walk away because you love yourself more, y'all. So this is somebody who now is understanding that because you love them unconditionally, they was just gonna keep fucking up. They was testing your ass, y'all. Yeah, it says, the moment I laid eyes on you, I knew you. Say that. The moment I laid eyes on you, I knew I wanted you in my life forever. That's that growing old. When you truly meet your divine counterpart, the masculine is the one who knows, and they know they want you forever. But what they do not understand is why. They don't understand why. They ain't never wanted nobody forever. A true divine masculine, a true man that believes in God, is someone who is in a great career, job, or business of their own. They take care of their responsibilities. They got their own house, car, crib. They got all of this stuff on their own. They usually very good looking. They smell good. They look good. They all of that, y'all, just like you are. Shit, are you a peasant? Right? So your person is a representation of who you are. So let's be clear. If they after you, guess what? They after him. Right? So you got to understand, a lot of times these men, they see you, they fall in love. They ain't never been in love. They daydreaming about you all the time. That ain't never happened before. Right? Now they over here like, damn, this bitch got roots on me. Fuck no, it's God. Right? So what you got to understand, y'all, a lot of these people, they just have no idea. They have no idea. So now they have to go through this array of emotions to figure out what is so special about her, right? That I have never desired anybody else like this. Then they got family around them saying that bitch got roots on you. Then they got people around them saying you ain't good enough, right? They got all of these challenges that they are fighting with outside of your divine union. And that's why you as a divine feminine, you got to be patient, y'all. They be fighting the world. You fighting with God. That's it, y'all. They be fighting with the world. Yes, y'all, right there. Sacred Soul Rising, Cat. Listen to Cat ass, y'all. She got me through. And y'all know I don't give out people's YouTubes unless I really believe in them. And it ain't shit that lady has ever said that's not been real in my journey. Not now. And she is the reason I never went into separation. Because Cat say, hold your frequency. Cat say, focus on your love. Focus on your creation. Focus on your path. When you follow that, you don't go into separation because you ain't chasing his ass. You chasing God. The only time you go into separation with your person is because you chasing them, y'all. Women of God, we don't chase a man. We chase God. So all you got to do is refocus that energy on God, right? Whatever you want to be doing for yourself, that man gonna come along, and if he don't, somebody else will. Shit, because your person was creeping in line. They was creeping in line, and they were being immature, and they didn't understand why they were drawn to you. I'm talking about it, y'all. That thing say, I'm sorry for embarrassing you with my bullshit. Somebody has done some shit behind your back, y'all. And I ain't saying like cheating or nothing, but I am saying that they was creeping in line. They were not being honest. In some ways, they felt like they embarrassed you. Probably because they ass hiding you or some dumb shit. Yeah, because if they say, I ain't shit. Y'all, somebody in their feelings today. I'm talking about when I say negative self-talk. When I say negative self-talk, y'all, somebody is beating themselves down, y'all. It's 144.44. I just saw on the timer. 144.44. This is somebody's awakening, y'all. They finna join the 144,000. Your person finna match your frequency, y'all. That's what this is. This man is beating himself up because now he realizes, y'all. Yeah, tell the truth. And that be real. That be real, Angie. They do. It be God saying, if you don't speak up and tell this goddamn woman how you feel and what the fuck you been going through, they gonna sit there in their head, y'all, because it is. It's God saying, tell the truth. It's God saying, damn, you need to open up to her, y'all. This person beating themselves up. They was creeping. They was lying. They feel like they embarrassed you. They beating themselves up. They feel like they ain't shit. Literally. Yeah. Somebody, you don't trust your person no more. And they feel it. Yeah. It says, I just don't trust you. I feel like that's you. Oh, damn, y'all. Oh, shit. We got a conversation, y'all. God said we got a conversation, y'all. That thing says what? I just don't trust you. You study long. You study wrong. All right, y'all. Somebody, you might be sick of this damn person. Damn, y'all. All right, but your person say, I just don't deserve someone like you. So your person feel, girl, bloop that shit out, Miss Yvonne. All I saw was a big ass paragraph, and I knew that shit was dumb. All right, who types that much on somebody's phone? Anywho, all right, it says, I don't deserve someone like you. All right, your person feels like they have done some shady shit in the background. Yeah, somebody feels like they've done some shady shit on the background, and they really do fear that you about to move on, y'all. So for somebody, I feel like your person has taken a very long time. I heard 3 years. Yeah, 2 to 3 years, y'all, because it's 222 at the bottom of this deck. So somebody, you have been going through this 2 to 3 years. Now let me tell you something. If you've been with your person for a year and you talking about fuck this, you ain't ready. Because God ain't never transformed nobody in a year. That's stupid. Right? But if you are someone who is over that 2-year mark, going into the 3-year mark, yeah, you sick of this shit. You over here like, man, I don't even know what the fuck going on, right? But let me tell you, right? You have to understand it takes time for healing. A divine union is a union between two people that truly believe in God. And if you truly believe in God, you got to heal, y'all. And people have, that takes time. So let me tell you, if it's been a year and you talking about my person need to come on, then no, you need to give them time. But that they have been 2 to 5 years, that's a long time, y'all. I'm sorry. 3 years to me, because I always say this, God does things in threes. This is my theory. I'm not saying this is God. I'm saying this is my theory. God does things in threes, right? So I figure year 1 is you working on you. Year 2, your person need to be working on themselves. Year 3, y'all need to be grounding the union. Right? If in year 3 you ain't grounding nothing, then you gotta walk away, because ain't nobody got 5 years now. 5 years is a long goddamn time. Not, especially if you've been doing your work. Now, if you in these 5 years, but 3 of them you wasn't really doing your work, then it don't count, y'all. The countdown starts from when you, as the collective viewer, starts your own awakening, right? So it don't mean you've been with somebody 10 years. You ain't been doing your work for 10 years. Stop. So if you've been with somebody 10 years, but you've only been working on yourself for 2, then it's 2 years, y'all. So you also have to look at it like that, all right? All right, let's see. All right, have faith, y'all, and keep trusting. And let me tell you, y'all, you don't only get one person. When your person moves on, right? If you are with a divine counterpart and they are not on this earth anymore, God will send you a high vibrational soulmate, y'all, that will absolutely still be everything that you desire. So I don't want y'all ever to feel like, oh, well, my person ain't here no more, so I'm never gonna find that again. That's not true. God wants you to live a fulfilling life. And just because someone isn't here anymore doesn't mean that you don't have somebody else coming in. All right? Somebody, your person was playing games, child, but you wrote the book. All right? That was the final card. Shit, your person was, y'all. They was playing games, but it says you was playing games and I wrote the book. So somebody's now realizing they can't play them games with you. They realize that, y'all. They all do. All right. They realize it when they can't play no more. And when you take your ball and go home, that's all it take, y'all. People can't play games when you ain't playing back. All right, let's get you some higher purpose messages, y'all, to end out today. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. All right, full moon energy is in full effect. All right, the full moon peaks tomorrow. I think at like 1:34 or something like that tomorrow afternoon. But we are absolutely in this full moon in Scorpio energy. All right, Scorpio energy is very emotional, it's transformative, and it is intuitive. All right, listen to God today. Listen to your downloads. Listen to clear direction on where it is that you need to go at this time, y'all. God is always speaking as long as your ass is listening. All right, we got soar, beautiful energy. All right, somebody, it's time for you to soar. All right, these are your closing messages. It's time for you to soar. All right, so you're being asked to stop dimming your light, period. Right, it's time for you to come out of the shadows and let your authentic self soar. It's time to fly high, y'all. And in that, you just know, as the chosen one, you can never be held down, y'all. With or without a relationship, it don't matter. Single, in a relationship, it doesn't matter. It's time for you to soar. So understanding that, it's time for you to let go of obligations. All right, let go of obligations today. Do not obligate yourself to do nothing you don't want to do. Simple. Right? Do not obligate yourself to do anything you don't want to do. Stop telling yourself you should when you cater to others. All right? It's unnecessary, and you are putting unnecessary expectations on yourself, and you stop the flow of your abundance, y'all. Yeah. So take a pause today, y'all, on all of these extra obligations from now until Sunday. All right, all of these next 4 days, y'all, don't obligate yourself to do nothing but listen to God and be at peace. Do not obligate yourself to go clean out your mama garden. Do not obligate yourself to go clean out somebody's garage. Don't obligate yourself to do anything, y'all, other than to take a pause. Right? It says you're being asked to pause before making a quick decision and moving forward. And in this Scorpio energy, you got to pause so that you can listen to God. So do not obligate yourself for anything over these next few days. All right? No obligations. All right, listen to God, y'all, because somebody, it's your time. I'm seeing grandfather clocks. Somebody, you got a grandfather clock or your grandma's old clock. I'm seeing a grandfather clock. All right, it's time is what I'm hearing God say. It is time to soar. Yep, protect your energy, y'all. We talking about that at 7 p.m. on Discord. We're going to talk about how to protect yourself, y'all. Protection. All right, get your protection up, y'all. It says you're being asked to protect yourself and your energy. It's okay to want to give to others, but that's that obligations. It's not the time. This energy over these next few, this weekend, all right, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all right, my live on TikTok Sunday will be at 11:11. We suspended, y'all. We suspended until to like 10:30 on Sunday. So I'm gonna have to do my Sunday live, y'all, at 11:11. I'm gonna do my TikTok live tomorrow on Discord because I can't go live. I can't go live on TikTok tomorrow, y'all, unless they done fixed it. I can't go live. They suspended my ass. All right. It says you're being asked to protect yourself and your energy. It's okay to want to give to others, which you do effortlessly. All right. But it is important, right, to set healthy boundaries with your energy before doing so. Now is the time to get some protection in place. Protect your energy, all right, over these next few days. Why? Because God is expanding you, y'all. Beautiful. It's your expansion. It literally says you're being asked to expand. You live in a huge world with endless possibilities, and staying safe in the known is no longer working for you. It's time to make your world just a little bit bigger. It's time to imagine the possibilities and go for them. All right, y'all. Anything is possible. You got to go for it. All right. What is this last message? All right. The last message is step back. Beautiful. Beautiful. Take a step back, y'all. I love it. 111 on the comments. I mean 111. Oh, 112 now. All right. Thank y'all. One step back, y'all. It says you're being asked to step back from your life in order to gain perspective. When you're too close to a situation, it can be hard to make a decision. Remember, y'all, that is the energy. Step back. Your strength is being tested right now. Nothing has gone wrong. That is what I'm hearing. I'm going to get you some advice. Nothing has gone wrong. I'm hearing step back and change your perspective. You got to put distance between you and the situation. All right, you got to put distance. That's the only time you can see anything clearly, y'all. That's that saying, right? You can't see the forest for the trees. Well, you're right. You can't see the forest for the trees. You cannot see what's going on when you are in it, right? You cannot see what's going on when you're in it. And sometimes, y'all, we just be in it. All right. Sometimes you just be in it. All right. Advice. Somebody you finna get new love. All right. My singles, or in union. It could be a renewal. All right. Advice, new love. All right. It says a new chapter begins, whether it is with a new partner or in a current relationship. This is the energy, y'all. It's beautiful all day. We started live at 7:17, y'all, all day. Beautiful energy. It says a new chapter begins, whether it is a new partner or in a current relationship. This is the energy. Dang, y'all, all of these just came out. All right, somebody, you have a past life connection. It says you have known this person before. It is a soulmate from a past life. Now, no longer are y'all on different paths. See, different paths are in the reverse. You have to be aligned, y'all. So when you met this person, y'all just weren't aligned. Now y'all are. Different paths is in the reverse, but watch this person's actions. All right, it says actions. If you want to know what someone is feeling, watch what they are doing. Spiritual growth is an action, not a word. Your person ain't gonna tell you they growing, y'all. It's 9/11. This is an emergency, right? Your person isn't going to tell you they growing. That's why you have to watch their actions, y'all. Watch. You see growth. Even if it's in stuff they post on social media. Even if it's talking about thank you, God. Even if it's talking about I appreciate God, right? Whatever these small things that masculine do, connection to God, y'all. Right? It shows you the connection to God. And that's all it is, y'all. All right. So be optimistic. All right. Be optimistic as well, y'all. All right. It says, keep in mind that you create your reality. You cannot attract love with a negative mindset. So stay optimistic, y'all. All right. Let go of the need to control. Let go of the need to control. Be present, beautiful, and love your shadow. I love it, y'all. Be present today. All right. Let go of the need to control and love on your shadow. Always put you first, y'all. Always put you first. I don't care if it's your children, mama, cousin, brother, right? Always put you first. No one can appreciate you the way you appreciate you, right? No one can appreciate you the way you appreciate you. All right, let's get you some these. All right, these are my other ones. All right, anything else? Advice, a little faith. Exercise faith today, y'all. It says a little bit of faith goes a long way. Remember that. A little bit of faith, y'all, goes a long way. I'm hearing faith the size of a mustard seed. What that gets you, y'all? Everything you want. Everything you want. Faith the size of a mustard seed. It gets you everything you desire, y'all. All right. So have faith in what it is that you desire out of your life. All right. Stop pushing against what is. Stop pushing against what is, y'all. Literally align with it and move on. Whatever it is that God is presenting to you in your life right now, right? Whatever God is presenting to you in your life, be okay with it, y'all, because it's beautiful. It says align with it and then move on, right? Align with it and move on. All right, y'all, I'll be back in the morning at 7:15. All right, back in the morning. Stop caring about what they think. Beautiful. Stop caring about what they think. This is your life to live and love. When everybody can embrace this world would be without judgment and condemnation. If everybody could embrace this one concept, the world would be without judgment and condemnation. And that simply is this: mind your business. Stop caring about what they think. This is your life to love and live. All right, and the final message, y'all. It says, do your thoughts need a reboot? Focus on the good in your life. All right. Focus on the positive. Focus on the good today, y'all. All right. I'll see y'all in the morning back here at 7:15. I will see y'all on Discord tonight at 7 p.m. for the clearing session. If you feel like you are on a twin flame journey, even if you ain't met your person, and you feel like you're on this journey, but you feel like you have been under heavy spiritual attack, right? Join the session tonight at 7 p.m. I am handing out a handout, 8 pages. We're going to read into the energy first, see what the lessons are that you are learning through this divine lesson, right? Divine lessons, right? And then we're going to clear that energy. All right. That is at 7 p.m. tonight. Join my Discord so that you can access the Zoom link. The meeting will be on Zoom, but you need to be on Discord to access my links and my guides. All right. Because I am giving out an 8 page guide. I developed this material. I researched the stuff. I put it in and I developed the material. And it's all based on resource material. So what I'm teaching tonight is based on Dolores Cannon and Carl Jung and how we as spiritual people experience spiritual warfare as a part of our divine union. I don't give you shit I just make up. I'm a teacher, y'all. I got a doctorate. Are you crazy? All of my shit is based in research, right? So I pull research and theory and put these guides together for y'all. Not just a woman that decided to make up some shit. Stop playing, y'all. I don't do that shit, right? My shit is theory. Because when my shit go public, it's going to be rooted in a truth, foundational truth. All right, y'all. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed day wherever you are. I'm going to relax, y'all, and then I will be doing personal readings. I got a session at 10, and from then on, I got personal readings out today, y'all, all right? Love readings are on special, 50% off of love readings for probably about a week or two. The energy has been so beautiful for love. I really wanted to get y'all some updates, so I am running a special on love readings, 50% off. My soulmate readings are usually $50. They are now $25, maybe for a week or two. If I get too many bookings, I'll just end the special early. All right, y'all, I hope y'all have a beautiful day. Kyra, this one even better. This one even better, Kyra, because I know you told me about that, my clear room. Now, all of my digital products are on the website. So even if you don't make these sessions, you can go to the website and purchase the digital material. And I make them a very nominal price. I price them based on how much information is in them, right? So like this guide will be like $11.11 versus like my twin flame journal. That's 30 something pages, y'all. So that book is $33. So on my website, y'all, I have all of my digital products. I have a book called 31 Days to Harvest, right? Health, Wealth, and Spirituality. That's on the website, y'all. I have the Twin Flame Journal. It's 33-page journal. That is on my website, all right? I have the Clearing Core Wounds. That book is only $5.55. And that's how you clear, right, your core wounds of mother, father, and siblings. This guide will be on the website after tonight's session. If you don't attend the session, then you can purchase the guide on the website. So the guide that we're using tonight will be available for purchase after the session. If you attend the session, you get the guide for free, y'all, because that's just how I do things, right? If you make the time to attend the session, then you'll get the guide for free. If you can't attend the session, then just buy the guide for like $11.11 on the website. All right, y'all, have a beautiful day.